Hello, I'm Janelle from Project School Wellness, and this is a quick video on self-advocacy. Advocacy or advocating is one of the core health skills outlined in the National Health Education Standards, and the skill is broken down into two elements of advocating for self and advocating for others. So in this video, we're going to look at what is self-advocacy, why does it matter, and how do you do it. So what does it mean to self-advocate? So self-advocacy refers to the ability to stand up for yourself, ask for what you need and want, and to make decisions about your life based on your personal values, interests, and needs. So why it matters. Self-advocacy is incredibly important because when you are able to advocate for yourself, it empowers you to take ownership of your life and create the life that you want to live. So being able to self-advocate means that you will hopefully be able to protect yourself and keep yourself out of, risky situations, although can't ever guarantee that nothing dangerous or bad will happen to you. But the better that you can advocate for yourself, the less risk that you will put yourself in. But also being able to self-advocate means that you really can create and work for and advocate for the life and the well-being that you hope for yourself, and that you're really going to be able to live your best life if you can, ask for what you need and want, if you can set your boundaries, if you can, demand the things that you need in order to succeed and to be happy and to thrive. So how do you do it? So to self-advocate, you need to use your voice to take ownership of your life. And this would look like expressing what you're feeling, expressing what you're experiencing, defining what you need and want, and then making decisions based on your own personal values. So each of those things is layered too, and it requires that you actually understand what it is that, your values are, and that you're taking time to really understand what you need and want, and you're taking time to identify and understand your feelings. So let's look at 4 habits that you can develop and practice in life that will empower you to advocate for yourself and for your well-being. So the first thing is to identify and express your feelings in a healthy way rather than ignoring or hiding your emotions. So the better that you are able to name what you're feeling, to identify what you're feeling, and then to express it in a way that helps you process it, in a way that helps you understand what's going on, and to work through whatever emotion or feeling you're experiencing, the better that you are going to be able to do the second tip, which is to ask for what you need and want. And this relates to being able to set boundaries for yourself, being able to go out and be involved in the things that make you happy and bring you joy, and then being able to say, no, you know what, that's not really for me. I don't want to be doing that. And then the third habit is make decisions based on your values, not anyone else's. So this requires a lot of work. It requires that you really understand your personal values. It requires that you do the steps before that, where you really understand yourself and you understand your emotions and what you're experiencing. And also you have the language to ask for what you need and want, and to make decisions based on what you need and want and what your values are. And then the last thing is know when it's time to step away from a situation or to let go of an unhealthy relationship. So this is another important self-advocacy habit where you are choosing to protect yourself, and you're choosing, and you can recognize when something is no longer working for your life and it's not bringing you health, it's not bringing you happiness, it's not bringing you joy, and it's time to just say bye. So these are only 4 habits. There are many other things that you can, many other skills and habits and practices that you can nurture in your life, but these are 4 really key ways that you can become an awesome advocate for yourself, and to really take ownership of your well-being, and that you can be empowered to go out there and create the life that you need and the life that you want. So just wrapping up, just want to encourage you to put your well-being first, because that's really what self-advocacy is that you're making a choice that your well-being matters, and that you are going to do what you need to do to protect your well-being, to strengthen your well-being, and just to live your best life. So if you'd like to learn more about advocacy, specifically self-advocacy, please check out projectschoolwellness.com.